All right, see if you can follow this. A stand-up comedian who lives in Los Angeles was sued by her mother-in-law, her sister-in-law, and her brother-in-law because she was making jokes about them. They felt she was holding them up to public ridicule. And one of the jokes, she said her sister-in-law's voice sounds like a cat in heat. Joining us is Sunda Croonquist, the woman who was sued. Hey, Sunda, how are you?
I'm feeling so much better. Thank you for asking. I feel so much more relieved.
Well, good, because I know you got some good news. A federal judge threw the case out of court, right?
Yes, thank God.
All right. Give me an example of some of the jokes you were making. Go ahead.
Okay, some of the jokes I was making the first time I met my mother-in-law, my husband decided to introduce me to her for Passover. In the car on the way to the Passover Seder, he leans over and says, "We're not going to tell Mommy you're black." And I said, "That's smart. She'll never notice." But she noticed, and that's when I noticed that Jews can't whisper. I met her for the first time. I said, "Thank you so much for having me." She said, "The pleasure's all mine. Have a seat." Elliot put my pocketbook away. That's one of the jokes. That's just one of the jokes. One of the many, many 3 or 4 jokes that I've made in my life about my dear mother-in-law.
So the judge said your routine fell under the category of protected speech, but your husband's family probably think they need protection from you.
I think I need protection from them. I'm scared. You know what I said? I said, "Oh my God, this case has been dismissed. Now they're going to hire a hitman." I mean, nobody knew who these people were before. And you know, you could probably say in Sunda, nobody knew who you were either. But that's not true, because there are people who know who I am. Parking violations people. Anyway, why do I say all this is to say now everybody knows who they are. And so they weren't public figures at the time, but now everybody knows who you are. And I wish you had just called me and said, "You know what? Drop the jokes."
No, all right. Your husband's an attorney. His firm
Thank God.
Right, thank God. His firm defended you. So how much of a rift does this cause between your husband and his family?
Well, you know, the sad part is they really weren't there anyway. My mother-in-law was there. I can say in her defense she was there. And just clear this for the filter, for the record, my sister-in-law brought the suit on first. And she included and dragged my mother-in-law in this. However, that doesn't excuse my mother-in-law from following her daughter's rules and orders and just going along with it. I have a desire to sneeze, but go ahead.
Has it been difficult over the past 2 years as this thing has been going on?
Can I tell you something? I've told everyone the same thing. I've lost so much weight since this suit happened that when I went back to New Jersey, everyone was like, is this what LA does to you? And I said, no, this is what in-laws do to you. It's been so stressful, and it's something I'm glad it's brought closure now. And I slept very well last night for the first time in a very long time. You have no idea what it's like to be embarrassed and humiliated. I live in a building, you know, it's a full-service building, and they had to serve me papers with a constable, and just so drama for no reason. And I was embarrassed, I have to tell you. And I lost work. As much as people say publicity is great publicity, all publicity is great publicity, it's not. Not when children are involved. And that's where it really stuck me.
All right.
My kids, you know, that was too much.
But the good news, it's over.
It's over.
Done. It's done.
It's over. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Fred, it's done.
Sunda, good news. You can keep making jokes about your in-laws.
Every Saturday night at the world-famous Laugh Factory, and also on Thursday nights on JLTV. It's called James and Sunda, my new talk show.
There you go.
You see what happens?
And you got to plug in as well. Thanks for your time, Sunda. Really appreciate it.
Thank you kindly. All right. Bye-bye.